What's up, guys? It's your boy Chance, and today I'm here to talk about something that a lot of people have a misconception about, and that is the truth of the music industry and how it really works. But I'm also here to tell you about why you should not sign to any mainstream record label and why you should do everything on your own and how to virtually do it with very little to ultimately no money. I know what you guys are probably thinking already. Yo, this guy's crazy. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Like, this guy isn't professional. Truth is, I am professional. You guys can find all my music down below at the links in the description, as well as everything that I'm going to be speaking about. You see, I was at a record label here in Akron for about a little over 2 to 3 years. And in that time, during that time period, I learned quite a bit. Like, I learned a lot of good stuff. Like how to mix, how to master, all that stuff. How to make my vocals sound right, how to make, sounds that nobody's heard. But I also learned the darker side of things. What really goes on with these mainstream record labels and these labels that want people to sign to them. The truth is, they don't care about the artist. I know it's hard to hear, but that's the truth of it. They don't care about you or your money. All they care about is you doing what they want you to do. You think you own that car? You think you own that mansion? You don't own any of that. The labels do. And before you get all pissed off and say I don't know what I'm talking about, think about this. And I want you to really think about this. Do you really think that they care about you as an artist? They say they do, but do they really? And I challenge any artist out there, any artist at all, to ask their label this. Whatever money is being that you're putting into it, where's it at? Where's my payout? And 9 times out of 10, I can guarantee you, they're going to tell you that a lot of it is going right back into the label. Why? Because they want to own you. You think you own those songs you write? No. They're buying them off of you. They're taking that little bit of money and they're owning the rights to your music, to your work, and to ultimately to you. They basically own you. Once you sign that contract, you are basically signing your life away. You are basically making a deal with the devil and signing your life away. And I'm lucky I was able to escape it after my 2-year contract. But in that time, I saw very little to no money. Why? Because I wasn't doing what they wanted me to do. I was doing my style of music the way I wanted. They didn't care about me. They didn't care about what new style I had out. All they cared about was what was hot and what's trending. That's all they cared about. And that rings true for every mainstream record label out there today. They do not care about you. They do not care about what new sound, what new hot sound you got. You can have a brand new genre of music like I do. And, you can make it huge all you want, but ultimately that's not what they want. They want you to do what's trending. They want you to follow, what these artists are doing or what these artists are doing. They don't care about what you want. It's all about the trends for them. It's all about making that money and what you can bring them. Because like I said, you think you own that Lamborghini? You think you own that $50 million house? No, you don't own it. The record labels do. And this is a harsh truth I had to learn the hard way myself. Because I had a few things that I was getting that ultimately got taken from me as an artist. And I hated it. But that's just the truth of it. But in that truth, I found out how to make it on my own. And a lot of you guys are probably thinking, you're stupid, you don't know what you're talking about. Well, hear me out. Because I am going to tell you and reveal to you how to make it in the music industry on your own with very little to ultimately no money. And this is something I found out on my own. You guys are probably thinking that this is another scam, but truthfully and honestly, it's not. See, I'm like you. I'm just a normal 28-year-old guy looking to make a living in his music. I'm just a 28-year-old guy who, wants to make a living doing what he loves to do, which is making music. And what I have here with me is my Kindle Fire, my Generation 7 Kindle Fire. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to reveal to you guys a few apps that you can use to get started on your journey into the music industry on your own with very little to no money. And anymore, you don't even need to spend money on a music studio, which is completely true. You need no money for a music studio at all. And yes, I have Google Play Store on here because I did hack and it got Google Play on here. So thank you to everybody that showed me that hack. You guys are awesome. But I'm going to introduce you guys to a couple apps first that are going to require you to record, that's going to allow you to record your music. Yes, it will require a free sign up. And I'll go over some of the similarities and some of the differences as well. But these are two apps that you want to get. First up is one of my personal favorites. I use it for a lot of classical work. I use it for a lot of recording whenever I can. Whenever one's not working, I'll use this one. And the first app you want to get your hands on, and this does work for both Android and iOS, because I used to have an iPhone, so, But first app you want to get your hands on is BandLab. And like I said, BandLab is free to sign up. You can get it in the Google Play Store, iTunes, and everything like that. And you can get one or both of these apps. It doesn't matter, but I have both on my Chromebook, so. And I will leave the links to both of these apps in the description for you guys, so you guys can get your hands on these. Next app on the list is this, Soundtrap. It's just like BandLab. It is a mobile, music studio that you can access both via mobile device and PC. So if you have a PC or if you have a Chromebook like I have, you are able to access it. And I know what you're thinking probably, oh, even if I were to get those, I don't have a mic. That's not true. You do have a mic. I hear this excuse all the time from people. All the time. And that is, they're saying, I don't have a music studio and, I don't have a microphone. Yes, you do. I hear that excuse all the time. The truth is, if you have one of these, or if you have like a phone or whatever you record with, like your cell phone, you have a microphone. Because every phone comes with a built-in microphone. Your phone is going to be your microphone, your studio, all that. Or if you're like me and you like to use mobile devices to record and then do it on PC, that's cool too. But I'm going to go over some of the differences and similarities with Soundtrap and BandLab. Now, Soundtrap, they give you 1 month free trial premium. You get access to everything. You get unlimited, amounts of spaces for recording. You get access to all the premium membership instruments that they allow you to use. Just basically everything premium membership that they allow you. And that goes on for about a month, depending on what month you started in. Like if you started in October, you get from October 1st to the 31st. You know, it depends on what month, really. But, you know, you're able to record there. The quality when the soundtrack's very good. I use it all the time. A lot of the artists that I work with on my little brother Bradley's record label, Bloodshot Records, we all use it. It's the main studio that we use. Is very good, very high quality. Now, the difference between that and BandLab is that with BandLab, you have real people reacting to your music. And also with BandLab, you don't have any limited space. You can use BandLab just like you can with Soundtrap. But the difference is, like I said, with Soundtrap and BandLab, is BandLab you have unlimited space for music, and you actually get real reactions from very real people in real time. So like if you throw down a song and you record it in BandLab and release it through BandLab and you publish it, within 5-10 minutes you'll get a reaction. There is no premium membership. You don't have to sign up. I mean, you can upgrade if you want, but you don't have to. Because like there's a lot of ways around that. And one little tip I will share with you guys, if you are using Soundtrap and your premium membership is up, whenever you're done with a song and you're done posting it to like SoundCloud, YouTube, or downloading, or like whatever you're going to do with it, wherever you're going to post it, go back and delete it. Because that saves space. Because you only get a maximum of like 5 slots with non-premium membership. So just a little tip for you guys. Like if you're using the non-membership and your time's up, delete a song after you're done posting it. Like it saves space and everything. It's a really good trick. I actually learned that not that long ago. But you're probably thinking, well, what about distribution? Like, how am I going to get my stuff out there and this and that? Well, you're about to find out. I'm about to pull up the app right now and show you guys how I made a career out of nothing. Which, as you guys can tell, I already have it downloaded. And it says it doesn't work on my phone, on my Kindle, but it actually does. It's weird like that. So if you see that message that says it might not work, ignore it because it does work. And that is Amuse. Now what Amuse is it's a free distribution platform. What you do is you upload your music and your cover art. Now, I will admit, with your cover art, you do have to have it. The dimensions for your cover art have to be 1400 by 1400. You cannot have any, stuff like, branded stuff. Anything like that. You just have to have like, your name, a really cool texture, and then the name of the album, like your artist name, a really cool texture, background, or whatever image you want to use, and then the name of the album. Now what you're going to do is, once you're done uploading the album, and I know a lot of people criticize me on this, but Amuse will release, you have to wait about a week. Once you've uploaded it, you wait about a week for the review. And then once that review is done, they then release it to legitimately every store in the entire world. Like every store you can think of, like iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Amazon, Napster. Like every major branding shop in the world, they deliver it to. And you guys are probably thinking, well, how do you know it works? I'm about to show you, because I do have Spotify. So I'm going to go here to my stuff here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it up on my web browser so you guys can actually see it. Ignore that ding, that was just a message from a friend. Yeah, I gotta wait for it to come out because it is kind of iffy. Bring it up here, give it a minute to load because it's bringing up the straight talk thing, which I don't use straight talk at all. I actually save myself money and I use Google Voice. Alright, so let's go here. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but it is kind of raining out, so let me pull it up here after we typed in the wrong keywords. I am going to show you guys my Spotify right now. As you can see right here, I'm going to go here to my stuff and show you guys like all my music. Like right here is all my music on Spotify. As you guys can tell, like I have 2 albums and then 3 singles. And I currently have 9 listeners. That's because I haven't put out anything in a while. And then I got 1 follower. These are like all over the US. So, you know, my music on there is on there. This is actually my latest release right here. Let's see if I can bring up the art. No, well, what? I don't know. Oh, maybe it will. Alright, yeah, it's gonna try to make me go to there. But my music is on Spotify. This is actually my newest release, Fan Stuff, which actually, ironically, just released tonight at midnight. Now, I know what you're probably thinking, well, what about Google Play Store and all that? I got you covered. Because as I said, when a muse releases their music, they release it to every shop in the world. Like every major platform in the world, they send it to. Now, I just started this back in June, so like I'm not too, you know, big with the money yet. Like I haven't like really gotten the big dollars in money, but I have gotten a little bit here and there to start. But as you see, my latest album, which I actually just dropped on Friday, on September 21st, actually after my birthday, is Evolution. That's my latest album that I dropped. It's a 7-track album. Now, like I said, this is actually my latest single release, which I dropped last night, called Phantom Step, which is a new genre of music I created. Now, you're probably thinking, well, what about, like payouts? What if somebody buys the money? Like, they take and, or not buys the money, but like, what if they take and, like, buy the album? Like, how do I get paid? Well, it's gonna suck, but this is the sucky part about Amuse. There is a 6-week to 6-month waiting period. 6 weeks, it takes roughly 6 weeks for the payout for live streams through like Spotify, YouTube Red, Apple Music, Google Play, all that. But in streams alone, and this is over the time here between June and now, and this is like over 100 streams in total. I currently have in streaming $1.13, as you guys can see. Now I do have to make $10 in live streams to be able to take out the live stream money, but that's fine. That's money I can get here and there. But you're probably thinking, well, what about the money from, people that buy the albums or buy my music from like iTunes or Google Play or wherever? Well, you have to wait 6 months from that. So say you released your album, say today, right? And today is September 25th. So 6 months from today. So September, October, November, December, January. So February 25th, you would get your money from those that bought your album. I know it sucks to have to wait that long, but think about this. Think about everything you could do within that 6 months time span. In that 6 month time span, you could be promoting, you could be, playing shows, you could be working on new stuff, you could be getting people to buy the album, you could be getting people to stream the album. And I know what you're thinking, like, the wait isn't really worth it, it sucks, and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that may be true, it might suck, but it's very real, and it is legitimate. It is actually backed, Amuse is actually backed by major music artist and Grammy nominee will.i.am. He actually helped to fund this project. Now, I know what you're thinking, well, I don't, have time to just sit around and not get paid for my stuff. That's not true. For those of you that are willing to work hard and put in the effort, like I did and like I do every day, you can and will make it in the music industry. And that's what the mainstream doesn't like. They don't like people that make it on their own because they want people to depend on them. They want to own people. They want to, bring in all this money. And the truth is, you can make your own money just with the few simple apps that I showed you. And with the right marketing, you can become a successful independent music artist just like I am. And like I said, the truth is, these mainstream record labels, they don't care about you or what you can or can't do. What they care about is turning you into somebody that you don't want to be. And I almost fell for that. I almost became somebody that I didn't know who I was. I almost became that person. And let me tell you, with the Muse and with those 2 apps for recording that I showed you, and a couple editing apps for making your stuff for your album covers, You can own 100% of what you make. You keep 100% of everything. Your music, your money, all your rights. You keep all of that. I am living proof that you can make it on your own in the music industry. You do not need a major record label telling you what you can and can't do, who you can and can't work with. I am living proof that you can make money from nothing. That you can make a living in music. If you really want to make a living in music, do it. Download these 3 apps and get to recording, because they are all free. And they are available for every platform, for both Android and iOS. Now, if you would like to hear my music, like I said, I will drop my stuff below. Also, if you guys do want to, like I said, check out my music, click some of the links below. I'll leave, links to like my Google Play where my music's at, my Spotify, my YouTube channel, for my music, where my music is at, so you guys can check all that out. But I do hope that this is an eye-opener for you guys, because I don't want any music artist out there to get screwed over, because I know what it's like to get screwed over. I went through it for 2 to 3 years, and it was the worst. I hated it. And like I said, I do hope that this video was very informative for you guys, and I hope that it opens your guys' eyes and shows you that you don't need money to make it in music. You don't need record labels. Record labels, they're overrated. A lot of these mainstream labels are overrated. Nowadays, digital music, digital distribution, that's the way to go. And also another thing I will add, that if you do not have Spotify, you need to get Spotify, as well as this app right here, which is Spotify for artists. Now what you're going to do is you're going to claim your stuff, right? You're going to go in and you are going to claim your artist name, all that stuff. So be sure to pick up Spotify and Spotify for artists, because that's how you're going to, get your money through your streams and stuff like that. Because Spotify is one of the biggest streaming platforms in the world today. So be sure to pick up all the apps that I said. And to cover it all, I'm going to go over it one last time. You need to get either Spotify, or not Spotify, but yeah, Spotify, you do need Spotify, but you need to get either BandLab or Soundtrap, either one of them, Muse, an image editing software that will allow you to do 1400 by 1400 images, and Spotify for artists. With those apps, you can make a very good living in music. Like I said, it might not be that much at first, but if you're willing to put the time in and promote yourself and do what you have to do, you don't need to invest in yourself to make it. Unless you want to, go out and buy like a professional microphone and stuff like that, but that's all you really need. You don't need a professional studio to make good music. And that's the misconception a lot of people have. You don't need, a lot of money to make it in the music industry, if any at all. And I hope that this shows you guys that. Because like you, I know what it's like to start out with nothing. I know what it's like to have nothing. My family now just barely gets by. I'm not rich. But I still make money doing what I love to do. And I hope you guys can do the same. Again, guys, I hope that this was very informative for you guys, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Again, guys, like I said, you don't need money to make it in music. these mainstream industry idiots, they're just using you. But anyways, guys, this has been your boy Chance with a look at how to make it in the music industry with no money, and also what it's really like in the music industry and the truth behind it, what really goes on. But I hope you guys did enjoy this, and if you did, slap that like button down below, and also hit that subscribe button down below, as it does help the channel out. So with that being said, stay tuned for next time, because I will be posting on more videos like this in the future. I am your host Chance, and I'll see you guys later.